Hey there friends, September can feel like a strange time to be planting. The soil's still warm, but the days are getting shorter and that shrinking daylight makes growth slower. That's why you need to choose crops that don't just survive in cold weather, but actually grow best as the light levels drop. Before we dive in, a quick reminder, if you want a simple way to know exactly what to sow each week in your zone, I'm building a text-based sowing calendar. No long videos, no complicated apps, just a quick text reminder sent straight to your phone. The waitlist is open now and the link is in the description. Section 1, leafy greens, lettuce, endive, spinach, kale, arugula, also called rocket, and mustards. These crops are the backbone of a September sowing. Lettuce and endive germinate best if the soil is kept moist and cool. So try sowing it in the evening or shaded until the sprouts pop up. You can harvest them young as baby greens or let a few head up for later. Spinach, kale, and arugula and mustards are the big players at this time of year. They thrive in cooler nights and will keep producing if you harvest by clipping the outer leaves and leaving the centers to regrow. Spinach and kale in particular are worth planting now because with just a little bit of row cover or a tunnel, they'll overwinter and come back strong in early spring. I live in Zone 6B, Massachusetts, and I overwintered both of those last year with no cover at all, and they did just fine. To get the most from your September plantings, stick with fast maturing varieties in the 30 to 45 day range, since daylight is running out. Sow a little thick, then thin by harvesting the baby leaves, which gives you multiple harvests from the same bed. Staggering the plantings every week for the first couple of weeks will keep the harvest coming and giving a fall greens a boost of compost or nitrogen at planting helps them grow quickly in the limited time that we have left. Section 2, specialty greens. Claytonia, corn salad. These greens might not be on every gardener's radar, but they really shine when light levels drop. Claytonia, also called miner's lettuce, is a tender green with small succulent leaves and a mild flavor that thrives in cold, damp conditions. Corn salad, or mash, forms low rosettes or spoon-shaped leaves that have a nutty taste and are in classic winter salad greens in Europe. Both of these crops actually prefer short days and cooler weather, making them perfect for fall and winter gardens. Mizuna, a Japanese mustard green, is a feathery leaf planted with a mild, peppery flavor that grows quickly and tolerates cold better than most lettuces. Once planted, all three can carry you well into winter, especially if you give them the protection of a simple low tunnel or row cover. Last year, Mizuna did not overwinter, but my corn salad did. I recommend sowing them thick, 3 to 5 seeds per inch and 2-inch rows. While our growing season here is winding down, our friends in Australia are just getting started and I'll be publishing planting calendars for them as well. Don't worry, I haven't moved down under and I'll keep putting out as much value for my home team as I can. In the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. What topics would you like me to cover throughout the winter? Drop your ideas in the comments so that I can shape future videos around what will be helpful to you. Before I move on to herbs, I want to take a second to thank all of my channel members. Jerry D, Roxy5, Tam Barb, Ruth Treader, and our newest members, Shannon Calhoun and Camille Leon. Your support helps me keep making these guides for free, for everyone. And if you'd like to join them and get early access to content, seed shares, and other perks, just click join under this video. Section 3, herbs. September can be overlooked month for herbs, but it's actually a great window to sow a few things that shine in the cooler weather. Cilantro is one of the best choices right now. Instead of bolting like it does in the summer, it stays leafy in the fall and gives plenty of fresh harvests. Chervil, with its delicate anise-like flavor, is another herb that thrives in short days and cooler soil. And it's definitely not in a lot of gardeners' radars, especially not in New England. Chervil adds a nice refined touch to salads and soups. Beyond these, you can also start parsley. which takes a bit of time to germinate but stands up well to frosts and will often overwinter with light protection, rewarding you with a very early spring growth. Now, I tried parsley last year and it did need protection. Dill grows quickly enough to give you a solid fall harvest, even if it won't persist through the winter. And it's a good choice for anyone who wants fresh leafy tops in a matter of weeks. For something more unusual, winter savory is a perennial with a peppery, slight piney flavor that's good with beans and meats. And sowing it now means it will establish before the ground freezes and come back year after year. Lovage is another rare but rewarding option. Its tall, celery-like stalks and leaves carry a concentrated aromatic flavor that's excellent in broths and stews. And once established, it comes back as a hardy perennial. Finally, garlic chives are worth planting because they're both ornamental and useful. The flat, garlicky leaves hold up to the cold, and the plants will be among the first greens to return in the spring. So here's a couple of tips for success. Keep the soil constantly moist during germination, especially for slow starters like parsley and lovage. Consider sowing a few herbs in pots so that you can move them indoors once the frost comes hard. Ensuring a steady supply through the winter. Section 4, Spring Insurance Plantings. Some of what you plant in September isn't just about squeezing in a fall harvest. It's really an investment in early spring eating. Arugula, spinach, and kale sown now will keep growing slowly as the days shorten. Then almost hibernate once the winter sets in. But the moment light levels return in March, they surge back to life, giving you fresh greens at a time when most gardeners are still flipping through seed catalogs. It's one of the best tricks for jumping the season and getting weeks, even months ahead. To make it work, protection is key. Cold frames like low tunnels or even a simple row cover can double the reliability of these plantings, buffering them from deep freezes and keeping the soil temperatures just a tad warmer. Think of it like putting your crops on pause. They'll hold steady through the winter and then explode with growth as soon as the sun returns. With a little planning now, your garden can leap ahead of the calendar in spring. September isn't the easiest month to plant, but with the right choices, you can stretch your harvests far beyond what most people expect. By leaning on fast-growing leafy greens, specialty cold-tolerant crops, and a few plantings that will carry you into the spring, you can keep fresh food coming from your garden for months to come. And these are the expensive crops to grow. The season may be winding down, but that doesn't mean your harvest has to. Shorter days don't have to equal shorter harvests. They just mean smarter planting. If you want a simple way to stay on top of exactly what to sow week by week, don't forget to join the sowing calendar waitlist. The link's in the description. And if this video gives you ideas for your own garden, hit that like button and subscribe. It's completely free. So that way you can follow along with me each week as I show what's happening in real time, from planting to harvests.